Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel, everyone. Got your boys, Lanny and Bert. We are the mother effing Dividend Diplomats. Today, we're just going to have a fun one for you. This is going to be a unique top 5 list. We're not talking about our top 5 foundation dividend stocks here. We're talking about our top 5 favorite stock positions that we own 100 shares of in our portfolios right now.
Smash that subscribe button, guys. We know there's many viewers out there that aren't subscribed yet. Do us a favor, click it, love it, like this video as well while we're at it, guys. Again, top 5 fun stocks. Again, 100 shares has been a very common theme here on the Dividend Diplomats channel recently. So hopefully you're liking this series. Based on the feedback, it seems like you are. So that's why we're doing more of them. But hey, if you want to see some different topics too, let us know in the comments as well. For today's video, we're going over Bert's 5 favorite stocks. He owns it. He has over 100 shares. And we're going over my 5 favorite stocks that I have over 100 shares as well.
Yeah, these aren't going to be in any particular order, 1 through 5. I don't think they're ranked here. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if yours are, Lanny. Mine aren't. They're just kind of.
If you were to ask me my favorite PSA card here, Bert.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go. His favorite PSA card. Well, of course, that's everything. That's a Michael freaking Jordan PSA, everybody.
Hey,
So,
if you guys like the PSA card, let us know in the comments.
yes, we can go through Lanny's top 5 PSA graded cards as well. That could be a different story for a different day. But why do we sit here? Why do we continue to talk about not PSA cards? I'm all messed up here. Why do we talk about 100 shares? No, it's not just about being able to write covered call option. And that's obviously one of the perks.
Bert.
Yeah, that's one of the fun things we can do with it. You obviously need 100 to do it, but it's also about building positions in companies that we like, building large.
You're like, look at the gold, look at my chain.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm like. Look at that. I'm just gonna sit here, start getting toothpicks now. I can start flipping at everybody. But it's about building those big positions and starting to see some of those dividends stack on these large stocks. On top of it, of course, you can write the options, but the dividend check should be nice for all except for one of these companies.
You trying to tell me what to do, machismo?
Yeah. So for a lot of these, what's fun about them too, some of these are legacy stocks. We've been dividend investing for nearly a decade. Some of these are our early ones, our early dividend stocks. Some of them are new.
Nearly a decade, man, Bert.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm right on the decade fence. You've been doing it a little bit longer. So we can't say both. I don't think we can say both right now.
No, I think you can.
Maybe. This is right on the fence. Yeah. You know what? F it. We're having fun tonight. We both have been doing it for over a decade here. So let's jump right in. I'll start this one off, Lanny, with one of my favorites here. Again, no particular order for these top 5. Number 1 on the 100 share mark. This is the largest from a share perspective in my portfolio. It's Huntington Bank, ticker symbol HBAN. I've accumulated a position of $222 not $220, $222.29 shares of Huntington Bank. We started building it before whatever this mess happened at the end of March. We continued buying even more when it was in the $9, $10 range. And that's how we've been able to amass such a large share count here for Huntington Bank. This position now produces $136.42 of dividend income. So at its current price, that's over 10 shares per year via DRIP. Additional shares that are going to be coming our way for Huntington Bank, especially with the dividend yield. And while there hasn't been an increase this year for Huntington, I don't think we're going to see too many banks doing dividend increases this year. I wouldn't expect it. I went back in time. The last one in 2021 was 3.3%. So not the largest increase, but they have a very solid yield today because that price has tumbled.
I dig it, man. Well, let's get into a quick hitter for me. The duck, Aflac, Bert. That used to be your trademark on some of the earlier videos here on the channel. Ticker symbol is AFL, not to get confused with the Rocks XFL or the NFL. It is Aflac, a dividend aristocrat here. I have, gosh, I almost have to do a double take. Almost 278 shares of Aflac, producing $467 in annual dividends. Most recent increase from Aflac was a 5% raise.
Aflac. There we go. We're gonna bring it back. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love the Aflac call out in here. That's a freaking awesome. 277 shares of the duck. Let's bring it over back for my second one here. We're gonna put on the crown. Johnson and Johnson, ticker symbol JNJ. My wife and I have both built over 100 shares of Johnson and Johnson each. Yeah, bring out the razor card right there. I love that it's shaped like a house. That makes it even funnier. Because we're building our financial house through Johnson and Johnson. That's what's going on here for my wife and I. So, all right, we built it very famously on our YouTube channel to 100 shares, and we stopped. I have 102 shares, 0.18 of Johnson Johnson. This position is almost producing $500 of dividend income, $486.37 annually for Johnson & Johnson. They just announced that 5.3% dividend increase in April.
And the reason why I busted out this razor card, because to go back to the last statement, razor captures the gold, man.
All right.
And J&J is the king, brings the gold, wears the crown. But man, it's a lot of dividend income right there.
It is. So who's your number two, Lanny?
Number two, coming in with the soon to be, I think, dividend king, a couple years away, but Archer Daniels Midland, ticker symbol ADM, food and grain producer and distributor, 223 shares, producing $402 in dividends. Last increase was really nice at 12.5%. So really love it. You know, I've already got two aristocrats, bang, bang. Here are my 5 favorite 100 share positions. Reason being, consistently growing, consistently a pretty boring investment that has performed very well.
Excellent segue to my number 3. Archer Daniels Midland, ticker symbol ADM. I don't have a 223 shares. I have 112 shares of ADM. So our position produces $201.94. And yeah, I can't agree more with it, Lanny. That's why it was still in my top 5 favorite as well. So I'm happy we have one that matches here. John, tell us about number 3 for you.
Yeah, we're gonna go north of the border here, guys. We're going to one of the big 6, the big Canadian banks. Canadian Imperial, ticker symbol is CM. I own 304 shares, and this produces $778.90 in income.
Just dumb. That's a dumb.
Yeah, it's pretty, yeah. Now the growth I only pegged at 0.79% for us because I think the last increase though is stated larger. I think based on the currency conversion at the time, it was a smaller increase than for U.S. investors.
Yeah. Your favorite, the currency translation. So number 3.
I love it.
Yeah. That's right. So number 4 on my list is Leggett and Plot, ticker symbol LEG.
Hogan leg drop.
Yeah, they haven't had a great few years. They continue to hover around in the low 30s, but I've been picking at them. I've been picking at them in this range, building my position. Should probably get this one close to 200 shares because we're at 189 and almost at 190.
Just drop it $300 and close it.
Yeah. Well, after I get to Target, after I get to Tyson, maybe it's a time to get look at so I can then sell.
You get to Berkshire stock. Yeah.
Yeah. So this one produces $348.65 of dividend income. And they did surprise us with a 4.55% dividend increase last time. And the reason why we say that was a surprise is because we were expecting a lot worse because that company has not had the best year, but they're preserving, they're fighting. They're fighters there. They're the ones that just keep kicking out in the middle of the match. Like you think they're down 1, 2, and then you see the hand.
Then they just get hawkified. You know, I really hope that, you know, again, based on the history, that they are doing what's best for business here. But the big concern is I don't want to see an increase in that for them to, you know, I think we've seen that a couple of times.
That's the old Kinder Morgan move, isn't it? Right? The old Kinder Morgan.
You won't see Kinder Morgan on these lists, guys. All right, for my number 4 here is going to be Kroger, ticker symbol KR. Big Albertsons deal, getting ready to close. Yeah, thanks for the hand clap there. 176.6 shares, $183 in income. Last increase was 23.8%, though I do not expect that at all for the next few years. But again, you know, a very good performer, you know, seemed to just consistently want to grow and expand.
Yeah, they want to dominate that sector. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's why they're in your top 5. It's a huge position. That's freaking awesome.
They wear the gold, man.
Yeah, they probably sell it too. They're like, let me dig up the floors of this Albertson store and see what kind of gold that was buried under there. All right. Number 5. Sorry, I'm a little slap happy right now. It's my non-dividend paying stock. This one just makes me laugh every time I see it. I talked about over the last year how we built up our SoFi position for my wife. We own 1,100 shares of SoFi. We averaged down. Our average cost base is like 765 right now. So it was fun. We bought a ton when it first launched this back. Not a ton, but a lot. So we had a high cost basis. Then we started loading up when it was at $5 to $6 per share. And it's easy to get to 1,100 shares when you're buying a stock that trades at $5 per share at the time. So that's the last one. Doesn't pay a dividend yet. So there's no dividend increase. Don't ever expect it to pay a dividend.
Look at that teaser. Look at that teaser there.
Yeah, don't expect SoFi to pay a dividend, but even though it doesn't, it's still one of my favorite ones to follow. I'm watching it every day.
Yeah, with Bert at 7, picture that thing shot up to $100 a share. That would be something else.
Yeah, yes, it would. Might have to get out the razor card for that one if it's
Oh, well, hold on, let me
yeah, what's the quote? He's the one that brings the gold.
oh.
Oh yeah. If SoFi gets to $100 per share, I might have to start wearing a chain like that in one of these videos.
Bert's gonna put on 80 pounds of chest muscle just so he can rock those chains, man.
Yeah, I'll tape some hair to my chest too, and then put a big gold chain like that.
All right. So
get SoFi to $100 per share, and you will see that happen.
So yeah, if you guys want to do Bert a favor, grab about 1,000 shares so you can pump that price up.
Yeah.
So my fifth stock, which hey, let me know in the comments if you own 100 shares of this controversial sin stock. Philip Morris, ticker symbol PM. Again, no, it's not Altria. No, it's not British Tobacco. Not one of the high flying yielders. But 121.85 shares produces $619 in dividends for me. Last increase was only 1.6%. But again, kind of not. It's a stock where I'm not afraid because the yield's not as high as the other players. Always my fear there, even though a lot of it's just based on free cash flow. It's just, gosh, those yields are so high. Whereas Philip Morris is always in that modest 5 to 5.5% range.
Yeah, I love it. That's what usually holds me off from Altria. I feel like I'm always waiting for the other shoe to fall, and BTI as well.
Well, guys, that's it. I mean, Bert, you want to round yours out real quick?
Huntington, J&J, Archer Daniels, Leggett and Plot, and SoFi. What about you, Lanny?
I've got Aflac, Archer Daniels, Midland, Canadian, Imperial, Kroger, ticker symbols KR, and then Philip Morris PM. Now, Bert, any of the 5 that you currently own that you're currently buying?
No, right now I'm focused on getting more into the 100 share club. So I'm looking at getting Target, Tyson. They're the next ones up for me to get them into this club.
I do like ADM out of my 5. So keep your eyes on Archer Daniels. Again, a great dividend, almost king. That's trading at really reasonable levels. I know that everybody would probably want the yield to be a little bit better on them, but they've got really strong dividend growth.
Not all about the yield. Sometimes it's the yield and the dividend growth. You got to balance out your portfolio. So everyone, let us know what you think. Let us know who your favorite 5 stocks are that you have 100 shares of in your portfolio. And let us know what you think of our top 5. And just remember, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Thumbs up. 2 razors. Give this video 2 razors. That's what it's talking about here, everybody.
Guys, if you're not with us, you're against us. Literally a quote from the NWO. But that was Bert and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.